right, folks, let's talk a little bit about Adobe Rush. This wouldn't be a tutorial if I didn't start with hey, folks. So, hey, folks, I hope you all are doing well. So for this class, we are multi-platform and mobile journalism. So while it is perfectly fine for you to do things through Premiere Pro, if you so desire, I have no problems with that. I also wanted to give you the option of doing everything totally mobile if that was more your thing. And the way to do that is through Adobe Rush. Adobe Rush is just like a lot of the other in-phone editing apps, except it's with Adobe. So actually you can start editing something on your phone in Rush, and you can have it show up in Premiere Pro so that you can finish putting some nifty touches on the big screen if you prefer doing it that way. So it's kind of a nifty feature. It will show up on pretty much any device that you have Creative Cloud on. So when you open up Adobe Rush, this is the screen that pops up, the one that you see here on your screen. It will show you any projects that you happen to already have. The thing that you will want to concentrate on is that big old plus sign down there on the bottom in the middle, because that is how you create a new project. So we'll start by pushing our new button, our plus button, and it says create a new project. So let's add some media. And I strongly suggest taking all of the video prior to editing. I know it gives you the option to do it as you're going. Don't do that. That's bad practice, and that's not how we shoot and edit things in news. So you will want to shoot all of your video on your phone, and then when you click the add media, you will see videos, and you'll click on videos. And all of the videos that you have on your phone or whatever media device that you happen to have plugged into your phone, if you have a thumb drive or if you have some kind of mini SD card or anything else, all of that will show up here. I don't have much on here because I did clean this off. So let's see here. Let's start with our goofy cat, and wow, I wonder what I was doing there. Anyway, and we'll put this one on just so you can see what more than one clip looks like. You can pick as many clips as you want. I don't really need that many for this particular project. So, and then you'll see project name. So let's name this Goofy Cat, and you'll see why it's called Goofy Cat here in just a minute. If you are doing a newscast, and this is for a newscast, you will have what is called a slug in the rundown, and that would be the name that you give your project. For this class, just name it something relevant and something that you'll be able to find again. That's actually the key right there. You need to be able to find it again. All right, so, and then once you have it, all of your clips selected, click create, and it will think. And then it will pop all of your stuff up there on the screen. And so this is sequence number 1. And if you hit your play button, it will actually play through your clips. You can see there that just like on many other editor apps, you can see the edges, and you will be able to top and tail all of your video easily. You will also be able to split all of your video so that you can edit pieces of it that are in the middle. Oh yes, this piece of video right here is when I did a white balance demonstration. So in fact, this is probably in Canvas somewhere. All of these different colors are what shows up as white under different lighting conditions. So that is why we always white balance. There you go, a lesson within a lesson. How about that? All right, so those are my 2 pieces of really exciting video. We shall move ourselves back here. And you can expand your piece of video by doing the pinch thing, just like on any other phone or app, to make things bigger so that you can see. And I am actually going to take this and make this a little bit shorter on either end. So you just take it and you can drag the ends in and you can scroll through so you can see what the Goofy Cat is doing. And she's enjoying the sun there. So, and then let's see here, we'll come down to our cabinet. I actually want to see that it's a cabinet. Let's just start with the white part here. I can get it to play. There's a little bit of a lag there on the screen. And this is because I'm screencasting I couldn't get the phone to just automatically show up there. It's not actually showing you the piece of video, which is unfortunate. Oh, here it comes. Now it's thinking about it. But I can top and tail that. So I have now made each of my clips shorter. Pro tip for you, generally our shots for news stories fall somewhere in the vicinity of 4 to 6 seconds each. Any shorter than that, it becomes a little hard to digest what it is that is on the screen. Any longer than that, and we start not paying attention so much. That said, if something very compelling is going on screen, you will want to follow it. And if it is really compelling, people will sit there and watch it regardless of how long it is. But in general, for most of your B-roll, which is your video, your shots will be 4 to 6 seconds long. Okay, so now we have ourselves a goofy rolling cat. Whee! And we have a beautiful cabinet. And so we have these two pieces of video, these two clips. And let's see here. Again, you will want to push the plus button for this. One of the things that I ask you to do is to put words on the screen. The way you do this is to hit the plus sign. And then it says media, capture, graphics, audio, voiceover. In some of your future projects, you may want to add your voiceover directly into the phone, which you can do here. There are other ways of doing that too, but this is one way of doing it. Audio, you can add a music clip, and we will have to use clips that do not have copyright restrictions on them. And I have a link to one of those sites on in Canvas. Oops. One of the other things that you can do is click graphics. So you click on that graphics, and then it gives you a whole bunch of different types of stylish welcome. How about that? Don't you want a stylish welcome? Not just any welcome, but a stylish welcome. The modern title. So you have a whole lot of already in here options. So let's see here. We'll do the stylish options and we'll click add. Okay, and so then that pops that over wherever you happen to be on your timeline. So ideally you would put that on where you want it. But if this is not where you want it, you just take your finger on it, whoops, and you drag it over to where you want it. If I want my stylish welcome over my goofy cat, I can do that. So you just take it, drag it, drop it. You can make it as long as you want. If I wanted these words over the entire clip, I could do that. So now I have stylish welcome over everything. And obviously that is not what you will want on for your font. And if you just double tap on it, it will let you into edited. And we'll call this Goofy Cat and Cabinet, because we like our alliteration, right? So Goofy Cat and Cabinet. There we go. So that is now what my font is going to say, and it will be over the entire thing. We probably don't really want it over the entire thing. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to drag it in and make it a bit shorter. So now it is only over the first portion of the screen. Ooh, I think that even has an animation on it. Look at that. Whee! That's fabulous. Okay, and there's the Goofy Cat doing her thing. All right, I'm going to pause that. So I'm done with the graphics. So I hit the arrow to go back to this area that you see down here at the bottom of the screen. Let's click on media. So if you had gone through and you had added everything, you had already brought in your video, and then you realized, no, you know what? I really want to add in this piece of video too. You can do that. Okay, and it will drop it in exactly where you have it. Now, if you don't want that piece of video in between the Goofy Cat and the cabinet, you can take it with your finger and drag it down to the end. Okay, and you can do that with everything. If you wanted this to be Goofy Cabinet and Cat, you could do that. Goofy Kid, Goofy Cat, Goofy Cabinet. You can rearrange things that way too. So you can drag and drop these in whatever order you want them. You can make them as long or as short as you want them. So we'll make that shorter. We'll make this one shorter. And because you are doing this with your fingers, or I'm doing it with my fingers, it's not an exact science. This is why I like doing things on my computer, because I have fat fingers and a little screen, and I just like working on the computer better. But again, if you want to do everything mobilely, this is the way to do it. And then let's see here. So we've got that, we've got that, we've got that. Oh, my graphics seem to have gone away. All right, let's put that graphic back. Sorry about that. We'll get our stylish graphic, and let's get over it so that we can see it. So let's see here. So we'll call this Goofy Kids, Goofy Cats, Goofy Cabinets. How is that for alliteration? And there we go. So now we have that as our graphic. Okay, so right now, if I play this, and hopefully you'll be able to see this on the screen, you'll see that we just cut between each piece of video. And these are all longer than they should be, but you get the idea. What if I want something a little more interesting? And then you can see, you can add stuff to this particular graphic. This one won't let you give an outline or a shadow, but you can change the color on it. It looks like, if you wanted to, yeah, you just click on that white, whoops, and then you can pick whatever color you want. There's themes, there's libraries. If you have a graphics package somewhere you need to slap on this, you can make your way to that as well. I am done with this because I don't really want to mess with what I have there. Effects. So when you click on effects, you have transitions and you have motion. I don't want anything to fly in. I don't want you using anything that flies, okay? We will not be flying things in and out, but you can use transitions, okay? The dissolve is the transition that we are all used to, whoops, and it will put that on whatever piece you have highlighted. So I hit that dissolve when I happen to be on the font. So I want to put that on, there we go, on that first piece of video. And then on my second piece of video, going into my third piece, let's do a white flash. And then at the end here, that'll work. So let's see what this looks like. So we will fade in. Whoops. Yeah, we're going to have some lag. I don't know how well you'll be able to see this. Yeah, you kind of see that white flash. It wasn't great, but trust me, it is working. This is just me trying to get from my phone to my computer screen so I can show you how this all works. You have different wipes you can use. Again, standard format in news will basically be a cut, a dissolve, and a white flash. So that will pretty much be what you use here, unless you're doing something very stylistic. All right, so let's see what else here. Hit your arrow to go back. If you need to change the size of anything, you can do that in here. You can make things bigger, you can make things smaller, zoom in, zoom out. You can crop it if you need to. If you mess up that crop, you can hit the reset button. That's very helpful. If you need it to fill the screen, if you need it to fit on the screen, you can do those as well. Whoops, this doesn't work terribly well when you're looking at a white. There we go, let's see. So I already fit and fill because I shot on this phone, and that is what these are for. Remember, you need to be shooting horizontal video, not vertical video. While eventually we might be putting things on Instagram or TikTok or something else that uses vertical video. For the purposes of this class, we are shooting horizontally. That goes for your still pictures. That goes for your video as well. Because these things, the quality of the video that comes out of your phone these days, a lot of this stuff can actually go on TV as well. And a lot of it eventually, well, maybe not a lot of it, but some of it eventually may make its way onto TV. So you want to make sure that your video is good enough to be on YouTube, which actually has really high quality, Facebook, which can have high quality or can have crappy quality. We go both ways, or any other social media platform. Color, these are your filters. Please do not use filters. Do not use filters on your video. Shoot it properly. Most of these do not look normal anyway. They look like you have filters on them. You guys have been on social media enough. You can tell when people have filters on their pictures, when they have filters on their video. So don't do that. Learn to do it right the first time. If you do have a piece of video that is slightly overexposed, though, you can, mess with that a little bit. You can bring that down or bring that up just a bit. But don't be messing with things too much. Get it right when you're out in the field, because the other thing that happens is you will run out of time to edit your stuff. And we don't want that to happen. And I don't want you having to sit and spend extra time futzing around to make things look better when it probably would have been easier to just go back out and shoot it again. We don't really want you doing that either. And I really should, as my screen starts flopping around, I talk with my hands. So, and I'm holding the phone in my hands and I'm flailing around. And so my screen is following, which is kind of funny. So yeah, if you have a little bit of contrast that you need or exposure that you need to fix, that is fine. Don't be trying to do color correcting and other things like that, because that's just not really what we want to be doing here. Speed, you can do slow-mo. I think you can do faster. This video is not set for that, but if you really wanted to zoom in really slow on your cabinet to show a white balance, you could do that. Have fun with that. Sure, why not? And all of these things you can always undo. One more thing. So we have we'll go in the middle here of our goofy cat. Okay. And say I wanted part of the cat rolling around here, and then I wanted another part of the cat rolling around after the cabinet. The easiest way to do that is to hit your scissors down here. Bink. Okay. And now when you hit your scissors, wherever it is that that you are sitting on your timeline, that will be where that cut happens. Okay. So let's make this bigger. If you want to get rid of this piece of video, you hit the trash can and it goes away. Okay. If you did not want to do that, up at the top next to sequence 1, there is an undo button. Okay. So it's your friend. It makes things easy. But let's say here we wanted to take this second part of the cat, whoops, and we wanted to move her down to the end. We can do that just by dragging and dropping like anything else. Whoops, did it not go? It didn't go. You down here. Oop. And it's going to try to prove me wrong, which is fine. So, but really you can you can adjust the two pieces. You can move them around, even though it won't let me right now. Because once you snip it, it's like two separate pieces of video. So, and then if you wanted to get, like I said, if you wanted to get rid of one of them, you can do that. So there's a little trash can down here. Boop. And it's gone. All right, so I know this wasn't the smoothest tutorial, but it does kind of give you an idea of some of the things that you can do on here. When you are done, you come up here to where it's the share doohickey and you say ready to export. Exporting it saves it to your device. Quality settings. So 1080p, 30 frames per second. It sends it at basically HD quality. And then when you click export, it will render. It will tell you how much you have done. This is exciting, isn't it? It will actually show you where it's at on the render. All right. And then for mine, it saves it to gallery. So pay attention to where it saves it, because you will then want to be able to either share it to your laptop or share it to YouTube, but it needs to be, the Fresno State Focus YouTube. When we get that far, you'll need to drop it into the Google Drive for some of the projects, depending on what it is that we are doing. Some of them might need to go in a couple of other places. It's usually easiest to do that not through this particular interface, unless you're sharing it on your personal, Instagram page or whatever. You are more than welcome to do that always. This is your work. But for class purposes, you will want to share it from whatever directory it is that it puts the exported product in. All right, I'm starting to not make sense to myself, so we're going to call that good. I hope that helped. And there you go. Goofy kids, cats, and cabinets.